Taylor believes in popular sovereignty, and he urges California to decide for itself if it will be free or slave. California writes a constitution, and they decide they're going to be free. They're not going to have slaves. Taylor begins asking the Congress to make California a state, but the slavery issue is getting out of hand. There are all kinds of fights. We're arguing over whether or not slavery should be legal in D.C. Congress makes that decision. There are runaway slave laws that are being ignored in the North. Laws that say if my slave runs away, you have to return him to me. And northern states are ignoring these. The Senate, of course, is tied with 15 free states and 15 slave states. So one more free state would imbalance it, and so the southern states won't allow this to happen. New Mexico, Oregon, and Utah all want to come in, and they all look like they're going to be free states as well. So the South is refusing any more states to come in because it's going to upset the balance. In the North, all but one state legislature passes laws proclaiming that there should be no slavery in the new land. And the South begins to talk about seceding from the Union. As they see the future, they see that America is going to expand, and it's going to expand into more and more free states. In order to prevent the Union from falling apart in a civil war in 1850, Henry Clay will craft a massive bill called the Compromise of 1850. On January 29th of 1850, California will be admitted as a free state. Other territories will not ban slavery yet. The slave trade will be abolished in Washington, D.C., but not slavery, so you can have slaves in D.C., you just can't sell them. The fugitive slave law will be strengthened so the northern states can't ignore it. Debate will rage over this bill for 7 months. And this will be the last gasp of our three great legislatures from the period. By July, when this bill is introduced, Henry Clay, Daniel Webster, and John Calhoun are all in Congress. These are the three great leaders of the Congress. By the summer, by July of that year, all three of them are gone, having died or retired. It will be handed over to a new generation of Americans to try to preserve the Union, and they'll fail. Zachary Taylor, the biggest opponent to the Compromise Bill, dies suddenly from a stomach ailment. He's replaced by his vice president, Millard Fillmore, who's dull and unwilling to fight for much of anything. Fillmore wants compromise, and he supports the Bill of 1850. If Taylor doesn't die, American history might go in a completely different direction. Nobody cares about Zachary Taylor, but it's interesting. Stephen Douglas eventually steps up and takes Clay's bill. Clay's dead now, and or retired, I can't remember. And he will get it through Congress by breaking it into small pieces. Now, what does that matter? Well, if I'm a congressman, there are parts of it that I can vote for and I'll be okay. But there are parts of it that if I vote for, my constituents will be angry. So let's say I'm a northerner and I vote for the Fugitive Slave Act. Well, the people back in my home state are going to get really angry about that. But I can vote for the part that says California is going to become a state. So by breaking the bill into smaller pieces, it allows congressmen to vote for parts of it and against parts of it, but it all gets through. And so the Missouri Compromise will be passed in little pieces. And this is the work of Stephen Douglas of Illinois. And he gets this thing through, and it's going to hold the country together for another 10 years. He also, by the way, cuts a background deal on some issues revolving around government bonds and where the Transcontinental Railroad is going to go. More on the railroad in a little bit. So Douglas, through his machinations, will get this thing passed.